There are AI influencers out there right now with hundreds of millions of views, active brand deals, and a full content schedule running every single day. And the creators behind the scenes pulling those numbers all made the same decision at some point. They stopped using tools that weren't built for this and switched to one that was. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process of building an AI influencer yourself, from the very first image all the way to a monetized, posting-ready influencer. Before we get into the platform we'll be using for this, there's something I want to cover first, because skipping this is exactly why most people burn through credits and end up with nothing usable. A good AI influencer is not just a face that looks realistic. If you look at the AI influencers that have blown up, they have very distinct features. And those details aren't accidents, but they're what makes someone stop scrolling instead of swiping straight past. The mistake I see constantly is people opening a general AI tool, typing something like realistic female influencer, and hoping the output is good enough to post. What they get is something that looks fine but with no real identity. And without that identity, there's no reason for anyone to follow. On top of that, the second you try to run an actual influencer workflow through a general tool, it completely falls apart. You end up jumping between 3 different platforms, and consistency gets worse along the way. I went through a lot of tools before I landed on Higgsfield. Either they gave you barely any customization to work with, or they were so complicated that getting one decent result took way longer than it should. Higgsfield was built specifically for this. It has a dedicated influencer studio, gives you granular control over every detail of your character, generates videos without you ever leaving the app, and has a built-in monetization program on top of it all. If you want to follow along, I've left a link to Higgsfield in the description below. So let me actually show you how to build inside it, because the process is a lot more straightforward than it sounds. When you land on the Higgsfield homepage, the AI influencer workflow is sitting right in the top right corner. Click that and it opens the influencer builder. The first thing you'll notice is how many options are on the right-hand side. This is where Higgsfield earns its reputation, because the level of control here is genuinely unlike anything else I've used for this. Let's go through it properly so you don't miss anything. Character type is your starting point. For a realistic influencer, keep it on human, but if you ever want to create something that stops people purely because they've never seen anything like it before, these other options are perfect for that. Then you have gender, and below that, ethnicity. These two combined with the skin tone color picker let you dial in exactly the look you're going for. Don't leave these on default. This is where your influencer starts to become someone specific rather than just a face. I'm gonna go with female European, and I'll use the color picker to get the exact skin tone I want. Eye color is one of the details most people rush past, but it's worth slowing down on. Higgsfield gives you options beyond the standard colors like amber, gray, and more stylized choices if you want something more visually striking. I'll go with purple because it really stands out. Skin conditions is where things get really interesting from a realism standpoint. You can add freckles, vitiligo, birthmarks, scars, or albinism. These are the small details that really make your character stand out and feel like an actual person rather than something generated. I'm adding freckles because they do so much for making a face feel real. Age gives you adult, mature, or senior. For most influencer content, adult is where you want to be, so I'll keep it there. Then there's advanced settings, which opens up face details, body type, and style options. This is where you get into things like eye shape, skin material, surface patterns, body type, tattoos, and render style. Go through these visually because the options are shown as images, so you can see exactly what each one does before you commit. I'm going with athletic body type, adding some tattoos, and setting the render style to hyper-realistic. Once you've made your selections, hit generate. What comes back matches every single detail you put in. The accuracy of this genuinely surprised me the first time I used it. It doesn't interpret your choices loosely, it just delivers them exactly as you set them. But getting a great image is only the beginning. Your influencer needs to look identical wherever you place them. The moment they start to look different, your audience will notice and you lose credibility. The way to keep this locked in inside Higgsfield is straightforward once you understand the logic behind it. Every time you want a new scene or setting, you go back to the Customize button, add your influencer image as the reference, and describe the new environment. Because you're always working from the same base image, the face stays consistent across every single generation. For outfits, it's even simpler. I'll upload my influencer image, and in the prompt, I'll tell it to keep the exact same person and only change the clothing. Being specific about what to keep is just as important as describing what to change. If you don't tell it what to hold on want to, it will start shifting things you didn't want. For backgrounds, the same principle applies. Describe the new setting, keep the character reference in place, and Higgsfield handles the rest. I like to generate a few background variations at once so I have a whole library to pull from, rather than going back and generating one every single time I need something new. For this example, I'll paste in this. And the result looks really good. She stays completely consistent with no changes, and it genuinely looks like she's standing on a real city street at night. This level of consistency is what makes the content feel cohesive and what gets people to follow and keep coming back. Now you have a library of images ready, but to create content that actually gets views, we need to take this a step further. And that part is faster than you'd expect. Most tools that can generate a character simply can't generate video, so you end up jumping between platforms and losing consistency along the way. Higgsfield handles video natively, and it's genuinely one of the fastest ways to create content I've come across. Here's how I do it. I select my influencer image and click the video button. This opens the motion sync workflow where you'll see a library of preloaded videos you can use as motion sources. These are existing clips of real people performing movements, dances, and gestures. Higgsfield takes the motion from that clip and applies it directly to your influencer. I'll select my influencer image, choose a motion source, then decide whether I want the background to come from the original video or from my influencer image. For a realistic result, pulling the background from the video usually works better. I'll set the quality to 1080p and hit generate. What comes back is my influencer performing that exact movement while she remains consistent. But the strategy that the AI influencers with the biggest numbers are actually using isn't the preloaded library. It's going to TikTok, finding a video that's already going viral, downloading it, and uploading it directly into Higgsfield as the motion source. When you do this, you're working with the algorithm instead of against it. Social media actively push content that uses trending audio and formats because it keeps people on the platform. And because your influencer's face is one nobody has ever seen before, it feels completely fresh even when the format is familiar. That combination is exactly why some of these AI influencers are hitting numbers that most real creators never reach. And it's way faster than generating a video from scratch. Once your content is out there performing, there's actually a way to get paid directly through Higgsfield itself that most people don't even know about. The concept is simple. You create your AI influencer videos using Higgsfield, post them to Instagram or TikTok, tag Higgsfield and include their hashtag, then paste the link into your Earn dashboard. The system tracks your views and updates your earnings in real time. To set it up, go back to the Higgsfield homepage and click on Higgsfield Earn. Connect your Instagram or TikTok account and verification happens automatically. Once you're connected, keep your account public. Don't edit your caption after you've submitted the link, and make sure the tags are included. Follow those 3 rules and every piece of content you post qualifies. What I find genuinely compelling about this is that you don't need an existing audience to start earning. It's based on individual video performance, which means that from the very first post, your content is already working for you. And because everything lives inside one platform, nothing breaks along the way. You get access to everything you need to master AI influencers. So if you want to go ahead and start building your own AI influencer today, I've left a link to Higgsfield in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.